Myself Megha Rathod. I am teaching maths in LP Savani Vidya Bhavan. In previous section, we discussed about the natural number, whole number, integers, rational number, irrational numbers. Now, today our topic is rational numbers between two given rational numbers. It means how can we find the rational numbers between two given rational numbers. So there are three methods for this topic. First, method number 1. Let x and y be two rational numbers such that x is less than y, then x plus y divided by 2 is a rational number. Number lying between x and y, example, 2 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 5 by 2 is a rational number lying between 2 and 3. This is a simple method. Now method number 2. Here let x and y be two rational numbers such that x is less than y for finding n rational numbers between x and y. So here we have to do first d is equal to, this is the formula, d is equal to y minus x upon n plus 1. Then n rational numbers between x and y are given by x plus d, x plus 2d, x plus 3d, infinite ... x plus nd. Example, find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Here x is equal to 3, y is equal to 4 and n is equal to 6 means we have to find the 6th rational number. It is a n is equal to 6. So let d is equal to y minus x upon n plus 1 is equal to 4 minus 1 upon 6 plus 1 is equal to 1 upon 7. 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4 are x plus d, x plus 2d, x plus 3d, x plus 4d, x plus 5d and x plus 6d. X is equal to 3 and d is equal to 1 upon 7. So we can write 3 plus 1 upon 7, 3 plus 2 upon 7, 3 plus 3 upon 7, 3 plus 4 upon 7, 3 plus 5 upon 7 and 3 plus 6 upon 7. And simplify it, we get 22 upon 7, 23 upon 7, 24 upon 7, 25 upon 7, 26 upon 7 and 27 upon 7. Thus, we can get 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Now, method number 3. Let x and y be two rational numbers for finding n rational numbers between x and y. First take n plus 1 and then multiply it with x multiplied by n plus 1 upon n plus 1 and y multiplied by n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Example, find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. Here we have to find the 6 rational numbers. So first we take 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. So now 3 multiplied by 7 upon 7 is equal to 7 3s are 21. 21 upon 7 and 4 multiplied by 7 upon 7 is equal to 28 upon 7 because 7 4s are 28. Now we can write the 6 rational numbers between 21 upon 7 and 28 upon 7. So we can get the 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So we can write the 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4 are 22 upon 7, 23 upon 7, 24 upon 7, 25 upon 7, 26 upon 7 and 27 upon 7. Because all these numbers lies between 21 upon 7 and 28 upon 7. Thus, we completed the 3 methods to find the rational numbers. You can write any method in the sums, but I think method number 3 is the shortest and easiest method. Now we start exercise 1.1. Question number 1. Is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form p upon q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0? Yes, 0 is a rational number because 0 can be written as 0 is equal to 0 upon 1, where 0 and 1 are integers and q is not equal to 0. You can know 0 is included in the integer collection, and here q is not equal to 0, q is equal to 1. So we can write that in the p upon q form. Now question number 2. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. We want to find 6 rational numbers, so 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Here 3 and 4 are given rational numbers. So 3 multiplied by 7 upon 7 is equal to 21 upon 7, and 4 multiplied by 7 upon 7 is equal to 28 upon 7. We can write 6 rational numbers between 21 upon 7 and 28 upon 7. 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4 are 22 upon 7, 23 upon 7, 24 upon 7, 25 upon 7, 26 upon 7 and 27 upon 7. Now question number 3. Find 5 rational numbers between 3 and 4, 3 upon 4 and 4 upon 5. Here rational numbers are 3 upon 4 and 4 upon 5. In these numbers, denominators are not same. To make denominators same, we take LCM of 4 and 5. Here, LCM of 4 and 5 is equal to 20 because 5 4s are 20. So, we can write 3 upon 4 multiplied by 5 upon 5 is equal to 15 upon 20. And 4 upon 5 multiplied by 4 upon 4 is equal to 16 upon 20. We want to find 5 rational numbers. So, same method we have to do here. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. So 15 upon 20 multiplied by 6 upon 6 is equal to 15 6 are 90 and 26 are 120. So 90 upon 120. And then 16 upon 20 multiplied by 6 upon 6 is equal to 96 upon 120. We can write 5 rational numbers between 90 upon 120 and 90 upon 160. The 5 rational numbers between 3 upon 4 and 4 upon 5 are 91 upon 120, 92 upon 120, 93 upon 120, 94 upon 120 and 95 upon 120. Now question number 4. State whether the following statements are true or false. Give reasons for your answer. First statement is, every natural number is a whole number. Here, give you natural numbers. You can know natural numbers start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and whole number start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously you can understand natural numbers is a whole number. The answer true, because every natural numbers belong to the collection of the whole number. Now question number 2. Every integers is a whole number. In integer collection, you know negative number, 0 and positive number. And in whole number, you know 0 and positive number. So negative number is not included. So in answer, this sentence is false because negative numbers such as -1, -2, -3 infinitely are not included in whole numbers because whole number start from 0 and all positive numbers. Number 3. Every rational number is a whole number. Here, rational number is a P upon Q form. But in rational number, negative number also included. And whole number are P upon Q form. So whole number is false, is not included in negative number. So this sentence is false. False because rational numbers like 5 by 2 is not a whole number. Understand? Question number 4. State whether the following statements are true or false. Give reasons for your answer. Statement number 1. Every natural number is a whole number. You know, natural number is start 1, 2, 3, 4 infinitely. And whole number start 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 infinitely. So we can know that all natural number lies in the whole number. So we can say that every natural number is a whole number. In answer, this statement is true because every natural number belongs to the collection of the whole number. Now statement number 2. Every integers is a whole number. You know the collection of the integers are negative number, 0 and positive number. And whole number collection is 0 and positive number. So negative number are not included in the whole number. So this statement is false because negative numbers such as -1, -2 at infinitely are not included in the whole number. It means negative number are not included in whole numbers. Now statement number 3. Every rational number is a whole number. In whole number you know 0, 1, 2, 3 positive numbers all. And in rational number, the definition of the rational number is P upon Q form. The numbers write in a P upon Q form. But in whole number, we cannot write the number P upon Q form. So this statement is not true because rational numbers like 5 by 2 is not a whole number. In whole number only we can write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 infinitely numbers. Now here we completed our exercise 1.1 and now we start the new topic. In previous session we understand about the irrational number. The definition of irrational number is a number which cannot be written in a form P upon Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0, is called rational numbers. Example √2, √3, √5, √7, √10, etc. Now we have to learn the representation on the number line of irrational numbers. Rational numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, we all represent on the number line. But now how can we represent irrational number on the number line? We have to learn. So first, here we take √2, number √2. So locate √2 on the number line. To this locate √2 on the number line, there is only one method. So I can explain here. I can read the steps and understand the figure. First, draw a number line. First of all, we draw a number line and we have to write on the number line 0, 1 and -1. At the 1, we can write a point A. Now, take O as origin to denote 0. Here, we take a O is the origin and it is a 0 point. Draw OA is equal to 1 unit on the number line. It means you can't any measure, but you can write it in 1 unit. Draw AB perpendicular OA such that AB is equal to 1 unit. Here you have to take OA is equal to AB. Means the measurement of OA is equal to measurement of AB. 1 unit. Now join OB. And triangle OAB, you can see here, triangle OAB, measure of angle A is equal to 90 degree because we draw AB perpendicular OA. So, by Pythagoras theorem, we can write that OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square. Here, OB is equal to 1 and AB is equal to also 1. So, 1 square plus 1 square is equal to 1 plus 1. So OB square is equal to 2. Then OB is equal to √2. So draw an arc with the center O and radius OB. The arc cuts the number line at the P. And OP is equal to OB is equal to radius of arc √2. Thus P represents √2 on the number line. Now locate √3 on the number line. For √3, there are two methods. Here first method number 1, and this is the spiral method. This method is called the spiral method. Step by step I understand this figure. First, draw a number line. Take O as the origin on to denote 0. Here O and A. Draw OA is equal to 1 unit on the number line. Draw AB perpendicular OA where AB is equal to 1 unit. Join OB. In triangle OAB is equal in measure of angle A is equal to 90 degrees. So by Pythagoras theorem, OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square. Then OB square is equal to 1 square plus 1 square is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Then OB is equal to root 2. Same method we have to do. Locate root 2 on the number line first. And then we have to draw an arc with the center O and radius OB with cuts the number line at point P. And P represent root 2 on the number line. Thus we draw the root 2 first. Now draw right angle triangle OBC where BC is equal to 1 unit. Again by Pythagoras theorem, OC square is equal to OB square plus BC square. Then OC square is equal to root 2 square plus 1 square is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. OC is equal to root 3. Here you can see we draw a triangle, right angle triangle from B. And now we see OC is equal to root 3 we can get. Now draw an arc with center O and radius OC is equal to root 3 which cuts the number line at Q. Means OQ is equal to OC is equal to root 3. Thus Q represents root 3 on the number line. Thus we can draw root 3 on the number line. Method number 2. In method number 2, we have to do first locate root 2 on the number line. Means first 8 steps same as about method 1. Means here first of all we locate root 2 on the number line first and then we do the further steps. Here you can see here root 2 P point we locate on the number line as a root 2. Now from the P point draw PC perpendicular OP where PC is equal to 1 unit. In triangle OPC measure of angle P is equal to 90 degree and OP is equal to root 2 and PC is equal to 1. Again by Pythagoras theorem OC square is equal to OP square plus PC square. The OC square is equal to root 2 square plus 1 square is equal to 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Then OC is equal to root 3. Now draw an arc with center O and radius OC is equal to root 3 which cuts the number line at Q. That means OQ is equal to OC is equal to root 3. Thus Q represents root 3 on the number line. Here we discuss method 1 and method 2. But method 2 is very easy to locate root 2, root 3 and now we can do also root 3, root 4, root 5, root 6, root 7 on the number line. So here we completed root 2 and root 3 representation and now we start the exercise 1.2 in next session.